So today I'm back in Edinburgh to look at some more really exciting watches.
Hi Simeon, how are you doing?
Yeah, really well, thank you so much. So tell me, have you got any exciting watches to show me today?
Yeah, we do have one, a very special one for you.
Oh wow, okay, that looks really cool.
That's the Seiko Bruce Lee edition one.
That is amazing. Let's have a really good look at that. Thank you.
No problem.
So yes, this is the Seiko 5 55-year limited edition Bruce Lee. So this is limited to just 15,000 pieces, which might sound like a lot, but when you think about how many Seiko watches there are, and that's spread over the entire world, you're probably not going to see many of these on other people's wrists. The first thing that really struck me was the subtlety of the black on black. So we're looking at a black case with a black bezel, black dial, and black hands, which are just picked out with gold. So actually it's quite easy to read. It's not quite as bad as some black on black watches, which you almost wonder, why do you even bother, because you can't see it unless it's really, really bright sunshine. But this, you can actually see the hands fairly clearly because of the gold that goes around them. You'll see it's a day date, fully automatic, basically everything you'd expect from a Seiko 5. So the Seiko 5 is one of the most well-respected and seminal watches ever made. It's probably the watch that made automatic watches accessible for everyone. And of course, famously, it was worn by lots of celebrities in the 1970s, including James Bond and Bruce Lee. Now, something you might not know about me is that I actually studied Kung Fu for many years. And the main reason for me studying Kung Fu was this chap right here, Bruce Lee. The thing that it's probably going to be really difficult to show you and really appreciate via a video is the fact that on the face of this watch, there is a beautifully drawn dragon. Now, this dragon is basically sort of gloss black on a black background, so it's so hard to see. But actually, this dragon was drawn by Bruce Lee during his lifetime. So you're actually seeing the artwork of the star himself within this watch.
Right, let's look at the specifications, and of course let's start with those all-important sizes. So the case size, the diameter is 42.5 millimeters. So that is larger than the original classic watches, but it's still quite a reasonable size. Lug to lug, just 46 millimeters, and a thickness of 13.4. The crystal is hardlex, and the band is made of calfskin leather. Now, the movement maybe doesn't feel quite as special as the watch. It's the 4R36 movement, which is the standard movement, to be fair, but you're talking about a 40-hour power reserve, a plus 35 to minus 35 seconds in a 24-hour loss. It's a good, honest movement, but it's not going to set the world on fire. One wonders if for a limited edition they shouldn't have put one of their more expensive movements in the watch. But having said that, it's plenty accurate enough, and is anyone actually going to mind? Probably not. Because it's all about the details. It's about things like the Chinese characters around the bezel.
They are saying the dogma, the true heart of Bruce Lee's martial arts system, Jeet Kune Do. Jeet Kune Do translates as way of the intercepting fist. And it was all about his use of speed and agility and taking the best parts of Wing Chun and Shaolin Kung Fu while mixing it up with karate and other disciplines. But I do have a sneaking suspicion that pretty much everyone who buys one of these is going to be a huge martial arts fan. So the Chinese figures around the bezel translate as having no way is way, having no limitation as limitation. Now, I think that might lose something slightly in the translation, but I think what we're looking at here is being able to adapt to a situation and not limiting yourself is the real power within. And that is a really inspirational thing to see every time you look at the time. This clasping strap is absolutely beautiful. Again, we'll see the same dragon motif as we see on the face. In fact, that's probably a better way of you getting a good look at it. It's nice and soft, but not too soft. Something that's quite interesting to see is that the back of the case is actually transparent and you can just about see the workings through it, but it's a very dark smoked tint to the glass. So just like everything else on this watch, it's super subtle. But what's not so subtle is the Jeet Kune Do yin yang symbol. This watch is so beautifully new, you can hear it squeaking with the new leather. But if you find this a little bit too subtle with the black leather, there is a truly Bruce Lee fanboy alternative strap in here. So I'm sure you'll all be more than aware of the iconic yellow and black jumpsuit that Bruce Lee wore in Game of Death. Well, there's a NATO strap in here that comes with the watch that you can go full Bruce Lee. I'll not deny that the list price on this, which is £450, is considerably more than a standard Seiko 5, but of course you are getting considerably more. You're getting a watch that's going to be rarer than a lot of watches that are thousands and thousands of pounds. And once they're gone, of course, they're gone. And as always, because I'm here buying them from McIntyre's of Edinburgh, you know what's coming. The price is not £450 if you buy it from them. The price, if you buy it from them, is £265 plus local taxes. So £265 plus VAT, which really does bring this down to a price that lots of people would think was incredibly cheap. Every watch has the limited edition number. This particular one is 7,765 out of 15,000. And I'm guessing if you were lucky enough to find one of those single figure watches, you'd probably see it selling at quite a large premium. Now, I've actually always wanted a black on black watch and I've never had one. And I think this would be pretty much perfect. Let me know what you think.
I just love having a little bit of a tribute to the great Bruce Lee. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Perfect. Okay, that's great.
I'm so stressed out.